Hello, it's Beeman and Zooch in the evening.
Yeah, we finally got the time of day right.
That's what they say.
It only took us a month.
Oh no, you see this is a special. It's Beeman and Zooch after dark.
Ooh.
Listen to Zooch, I never thought it happened to me, but... okay. Let's eat some dongos. I could make some tea. Oh, that looks good. I don't have any matcha, but I do have some green tea.
Just make sure to cook everything properly or you'll have a green U.
What?
You know, like from being sick.
Green U?
Yeah, instead of T, it's like
Oh, so like
the letter
the,
of the alphabet.
but instead the letter of the alphabet that is a homophone for a person.
That's right, you got it.
Okay.
I know it was really complex. I'm glad we worked through it.
Yeah, no, that was yeah. Yep. Alright, well that was today's stream. Thank you for everyone who showed. Nah, I'm goofing. No one's here. It's fine. Okay, I need to get ammo. That's what I need.
Stream, if anybody had been listening, is that it?
It would have been really funny if there was like one person like, oh, that was fast. Oh well. And left.
I should probably have the chat up in case somebody does show up.
That's not a terrible idea.
Then I can see and respond, but with my voice, because I'm busy playing and not typing.
Exactly.
See, we've got this streaming thing figured out.
Hell yeah. Couple of cool dudes who know what they're doing.
That is a club we both belong to.
Hell yes. Alright.
You're gonna be a sniper.
Hello. Alright, let's murder a Kuluyaku, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's roll up on this motherfucker and shoot him.
Let's send him like we are Master Chief and he is a brightly colored alien.
Exactly, yep. I'm getting a tiny bit of echo from you when I talk more loudly than a tiny bit.
Alright, I'll try adjusting my settings. My mic has been really weird in that it just randomly start echoing
Weird.
without me changing any setting.
Uh,
In order to get it to stop, I have to change it up so high that I drop out. So
That's really obnoxious.
it is.
My guess is maybe there's a Windows update or something. I always blame Windows updates for when stuff starts acting wonky when it was working perfectly fine before.
That's fair.
So it worked it for The security? Probably. But is it annoying? Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like even though I've theoretically turned off all the auto-adjusting stuff, there is still something active that auto-adjusts,
Yeah.
and that causes the problem.
Yep.
Because, like, last night, fine all night, no issues, was when we were in the game.
Yep. That or you're haunted by a devil.
That is distinctly possible. I do live with Manda.
Hmm. It's true.
She just got told they want her to be featured in a gallery.
Ooh.
Yeah, the little local gallery down in Center Market. They want
That's
her to feature her stuff in October for the spooky season.
that's awesome. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's real cool. It'll be her first like full gallery feature where
Mhm.
it's just her, so
That's rad. I'm proud and happy for my friend. Kuyaku, you piece of shit.
yeah.
I'm
Immediately.
neither proud nor happy about this asshole.
He knows. He knows what we're here to do.
Mm-hmm. Knows that we gotta give it to him. Alright. Just use this guy.
He does.
Let's start off with poison. Okay, he's poisoned. I'm gonna put him to sleep. He's asleep.
Oh.
I don't have big exploding ammo, so
Oh, I have Wyvern ammo.
awesome. You
That
can,
that be the kind of thing we want in this case.
yeah, unless maybe a fully charged level 3 normal might. But yeah, no, go ahead and do that, and I'll
Oh, that did 450 damage.
nice.
Oh, right. This is ow. This went. Let's go. For this spread ammo, probably. Flaming ammo.
Oh, I should have used my encounter. I don't remember what these things
Paralysis. Get hit with the rock, though.
Remember that I don't have a shield. In this particular build. That was the wrong button. X is the counter.
Turns out I may have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, there's the paralyze.
Takes so long. What's up? Fuck! Can't believe I missed that. I'm garbage.
Okay, I think I am remembering how to use this weapon.
Good, good, good.
No, I picked up too much random junk.
Just looking at me. Oh, that sucks. That big counter hit him in the rocks only for 10 bit of damage.
I tried. Tired. Must be you hitting him with exhaust ammo.
Nope. Just got tired naturally. Shit. Man.
Now I've been clocked.
Sorry for your loss. There we go. I'm so sorry.
Konbanwa.
Oh, there's a sleeping bear over there. Could have taken a picture of it if we didn't already have one.
Hello.
Hello!
I see you're using a bow gun. Well, one that requires a lot of strength to use. Heavy.
It is pretty heavy.
But luckily, it is always sharp.
It is always sharp. Mine has slicing ammo, which is useful.
Yeah,
So
not always edged, but always sharp.
Yes. Oh, yeah, oops. I missed that. Thank you. Strategic reserve. Here we go. And we're gonna be on that guy. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. I need to move this monitor a little bit so I can see chat without looking all the way over as easily. Okay, there we go. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, so I got the heavy bogans. You gonna be joining us, Molly?
No, I'm doing work for paper stuff in the background.
Okie doke.
I'm just vibing.
That's fine.
Keeping the conversation high, you hear?
Hell yes. This is a free vibe zone. Just allowed to, not a vibe free zone. A free vibe zone. You are free to vibe in this zone.
Oh, thank God. You know how many places in Portland it costs money to vibe in?
Oh, I thought they just had places that where it was illegal to vibe.
Well, that too.
Yeah, I don't get invited
that.
to those kind of parties.
Oh dear.
Zach has never passed a vibe check in his life.
Right.
So what kind of egg is it that Kuliyaku's grabbing?
Herbivore egg. Any egg. Really. It just
Does he actually like go? Does he actually like go to the nest and
Yeah.
egg them?
Mhm.
Hell yeah!
Otherwise, it's a pot or a rock.
What a lunatic though! Like that he's actually willing to be like, oh yes, this is Rathalos nest.
Yeah, that's one would think that would be not that would have gotten phased out evolutionary for evolution's sake by now.
Yeah.
Seeing as whenever I grab a rat,
The thing about Kuliyaku is that like he looks like a complete dumbass and he is a doofus, but like compared, like there was always a reason why comparing him and Setsuyaku in World that I was always like, ah, yeah, Setsuyaku's just a photography nerd and Kuliyaku's like an idiot, but like kind of has some gumption.
Welcome to
That
Jackass. I'm
motherfucker will, like, just
Kuliyaku.
huck a rock at someone.
Yeah. I mean, when he gets a rock, he tends to become very confident. I guess you could say.
I mean, similar. I respect that fight.
Give the man a rock, he's Superman. Give him two and he's God. That's a line from Hard
There were
Boiled.
two Kuliakus on the moon and one killed the other with a rock. Would that be fucked up or what?
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. Ass. Be badass. How those Kuliakus got on the moon, how are they breathing? That's amazing.
They're very talented.
They steal oxygen canisters. They look like eggs.
Alright, let's... yeah, I know.
I've got to...
You know, it is interesting to me. So, I mean, the Monster Hunter Stories stuff is super not canon, right?
I think it might
Does
be.
this series have a canon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like there's not a lot of story that goes in it. Monster Hunter Stories.
Yeah,
the
like,
fact that
they're
it's
not
called
necessarily complicated stories. It's
the
just that.
so I think because it's stories, which I assume is Gaiden in Japanese. Maybe not. I assume it's.
Yeah, I assume it's its own setting.
Well, I mean, that just means it's like a side story, which is fine. But also, the thing is like, I think typically the Japanese don't have as much of a hang-up on canon as we do. Probably because they don't have a huge influence from the like canon of the church, which is
Yeah, fair.
and so it's like if it doesn't invalidate anything in the main games or anything, then it's just sure it could be.
Well, I'm mainly just legitimately curious, like, what the deal is with, like, other than in those contexts, like, has anyone tried domesticating monsters to any degree?
I mean, there's a dude here who's riding a Tetsukabra.
That's true. That's true. The Guildmaster does have a Babby Tetsukabra. Because it's just one of those things where I'm like thinking like, man, the actual utility if you could train Kuliaku in like anthropology purposes is pretty
It
good.
does seem to find pots regularly.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like they're very good at digging. They've got hands for grabbing stuff. Like I don't know, it just seems good across the board.
I think but I think part of the thing is in Monster Hunter universe, anthropology might be a bad idea because the ancients did, or the older civilization did cause the downfall of everything pretty hard.
I don't know. You very often look into like first Wyvernian stuff.
Hmm.
And this one, you gotta find all them ancient swords.
That's true. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know how ancient those swords are. I always figured they were just from like around the last like 50 years ago, because that's before everyone fucking got murdered by monsters. Oh, I should just drink some demon drug real quick.
Splash zone of that. Really got off or all.
Ooh, Freezy does lots of damage on this turn. Nice.
So, a question that we asked about the previous game, but I gotta ask about this one too. We need to know if you could have any one monster at like, with all of their like similar like personality traits, but they are like the size of like a large cat or medium small dog.
Oh, I thought
Which
we
one
said
would you
as
have?
big as a big dog. Potentially.
Did we say as big as a big dog?
Yeah, because I remember being
I mean, I
like,
guess I'd say like Ibuchi and what's their name would be that big.
but like imagine a nice big Magmalo to hang out with. That'd be great.
See, like, I don't imagine, like, golden retriever size, I guess, when I picture the Magnamala.
But yeah, let's say pet-sized, and that way it can be
Yeah. Fair
whatever
enough.
pet-sized. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so what would you take and what one, and why?
And how badly would it ruin your furniture?
Yeah, so, like, I mean, obviously, like, temperament is something to consider. Like, Magnamalo is a delight, but also, like,
Like, that's not to say they'd be violent necessarily, but like, Kuyaku would be a crazy asshole still.
Kuyaku would be a problem because everything you own would now be ruined. Like, they would just dig into every surface available, and if they were kept inside,
I feel like
that means they would dig through, like, your cushions and, like, I mean, like, into the fabric.
I feel like if you had a ready supply of eggs,
So,
I
which
feel like
one
you
would
could train
be?
them.
Which
I
one
think they
would
have
be?
a burrowing instinct, though.
So, are we answering?
Sorry, you go.
Are we answering based on which one is the most like pet-like, or which one we want?
Which one you'd want as a pet?
Which one you'd want as a pet, considering, like, the problems with it? With Kuyaku, I think if you wanted to keep it, you'd have to set up one of the things for, like, how you keep prairie dogs as pets, where you have, like, a big, like, area available for digging.
Yeah.
I'll try and sleep it.
But yeah, what were you thinking, Zach? What was...
I'm gonna do a.
I was thinking, charting. 3, 2, 1, go. I would like, personally like, what's it called? Mizutsune.
Ooh.
Mizutsune would be pretty charming.
I do feel like your percentage of like accidents around the house on any like
It's
hardwood
it's going to
floors.
get you need to put it in an environment where you do not mind anything getting wet, but
And slippery.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important that, like,
For outdoor
it
pet,
wants
sure, but
Mizutsune wants to slip and slide, so you need to have that for its enrichment purposes. But on the other hand, like, you also need to be understanding that it's going to be slippery surfaces for you included. But I think with that in mind, yeah, that's a pretty good choice.
yeah, like I said,
It seems very cuddly, and like, yeah, like as long as you've got like you basically just need to be wearing like those hospital patient socks with little grippies on the bottom when you're going into your bathroom.
yep.
Or like install some handrails or something just to make sure, but...
Also, chat, feel free to chime in if you have any, which monster you think you would like as a pet, if they're pet-sized.
I'm pretty partial to having a pet-sized Tetranodon.
I was honestly that was a close runner-up. That seems like it'd be a fairly easy to care for, fun pet.
Yeah, like
like
at most he gets a
harass-
little rowdy, but like you can just kind of pick him up and he's like, "Marr."
And you wrestle them sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
See, Mizutsune, I picture like like crawling around and hanging around your neck like a ferret.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, the Tetsukawa I picture as being like tortoise size. I mean, not Tetsukawa, Tetranodon. I picture being tortoise sized.
Basically the same reaction of being flipped on their back.
What I would not like is a basil goose.
Yeah, Goose would be miserable to take care of in every capacity.
Yeah.
There's not a single part of Goose that is going to be a positive pet experience.
Well, imagine the sound a little goose would make. Like just a big
Okay,
honk.
That's pretty good.
There is
And it will be
precise-
pretty cute. But the problem of like, yes, I'm going to have firecrackers all over my house at arbitrary points is already bad. And then if ever any rowdy sounds come from any room, your goose runs over screeching.
Goose is another outdoor pet, but Goose is not a pet you keep because you love Goose. Goose is a pet you keep because you hate all the other pets in the neighborhood.
Go murder that pet, Goose. Go on, get.
Oh, the neighbor's animal barked. There goes Goose.
I guess you're never gonna be kept up by barking anymore.
Do you know why my backyard exploded? Not a clue.
Yeah, weird.
Bye. Weird about that. Bye.
If Camellias wasn't super poisonous, I would enjoy Camellias.
Well, if it's little, maybe the poison's less bad.
Like, but its poison's already severe for poison in this, so I
Yeah.
feel like even if it's little and reduced, like then it's just regular poison.
But
which is
arguably,
bad.
if all the poison does is make you feel bad for a while, I guess it can kill you. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're going with that.
Let's see.
クエスト完了
Nargacuga is just a cooler cat.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to say Magdamal, but oh, actually, you know what? Raknakadaki.
I feel like Ragnarkadaki would be not great to take care of. Like, she's super cool. Like, don't get me wrong, she'd be my favorite to look at in, like, a terrarium. But, like, God, you really need to constantly keep up on feedings, and because not only is it her, but it's millions of babies all the fucking time, and then, like, you know, anything but if you ever want to take her out,
it doesn't need to
set
have.
fire to a bunch of stuff.
She doesn't need to have babies.
I think she does. I think you can't stop her.
Remember to get your monster pets mixed, kids.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think you can really feasibly do that with a spider.
I mean, you could just not let the spider fuck.
I'm not convinced that they don't reproduce asexually. They're always coated in babies, no matter what.
That's just when they come out. That's when they're angry. Because they got so many babies. Let's see.
So I'm generally opposed to any monster that's fire, otherwise, like, I would be interested in, like, any Octopom. But fire just seems like a real big problem for having one in the house.
Yeah.
If Volvidon was less stinky, I'd like a Volvidon.
Oh, you could get the musk gland removed. Like some people do for
that might not
weasel
be
or
terrible.
whatever.
Oh, Ludroth would be fun to hug.
Yeah, it'd be squishy.
Squeeze.
Because it would be a nightmare. You just wake up and get tased. Because it's hungry.
Yeah, Yeah, also, like, it's one of those pets that you'd never be able to know where it is in your house at any given point in time, because it's on the ceiling.
Yeah. Bishaten I would feel bad about because it's a monkey and you shouldn't have monkeys as pets.
Yeah, Bishaten, like, the other thing also, ignoring that, is that between being a monkey and flying, it will get literally everywhere.
Yeah.
There's not a place you could have in your house that would be safe from Bishaten getting in it and throwing stuff around.
Sorry?
I think in general you should avoid any pets that are capable of throwing things at you. Like just grabbing stuff in your house and throwing it. Toby Kadachi, I feel like if it's sort of like more of a shock, that'd be Toby'd be alright.
And it only shocks when it's like
compared
in
to
danger.
Kezu, Toby does seem like one that I would enjoy.
Yeah. And fluffy.
Or thinking
Goss Harag would be hilarious.
I feel like Goss Harag
Oh, he'd
is
be
one of those that,
mean
like,
as hell.
it's one of those pets that you can have, you just can't interact with. You know, there are certain pets that just don't handle well, and you aren't supposed to do anything with them.
Oh,
You're
I want a
supposed to have
Zynogur.
them in, like, an enclosure.
A big
No,
Zynogur dog.
Zynoger's still good. Zynoger's still great.
Would not want a Tigrex.
Zynoger's just a dog. Yeah, Tigrex is
How about-
Tigrex is the fucker always.
What about Baria? Similar situation as Tigrex, or
I think Barioth is less Angie than Tigrex, and I think
Yeah.
that's fine. I think the bigger problem with Barioth is a combination of
Gotta keep
like
it cold.
blowing stuff around and flying.
oh yeah, that is. That is weird that Barioth can fly.
Yeah, he got wingies.
Yeah, Zynogur rules. Tigrex is a bit of a jerk. Diablos would be impossible.
Diablos again is one of those that like it's easy to feed, but if you ever frustrate it, or even if it just gets like bored or horny or whatever, it'll ruin everything.
Yeah, I
It'll
hope
just,
you
like,
don't-
break through a wall.
I hope you don't mind having broken shins most of your life. Yeah, Zynogur would be good.
Yeah,
I feel like
you invite over a date to stay the night, and you're like, oh hey, and by the way, put these on. You have to give them like hockey shin guards.
yeah, I like the idea of Zynogur because like it's a cool big dog, but also it will do wrestling moves on anyone who fucks with you.
Yeah, no, Zynogur actually, like, even though, like, it gets rowdy when fighting, I feel like Zinogur's pretty chill most of the time.
Yeah, Kushala.
Kushala can't help being windy. Imagine having
Yeah.
any papers anywhere in your house.
You just don't have any papers. Honestly, it'd help you keep clutter free because you'd have to.
I do need papers
your house would-
sometimes, though.
Your house would just be fucking gone with Teostra. Rajang,
Yeah,
same
yeah,
with
there's no choice.
Rajang would be a nightmare.
Rajang is just Tigrex, but more so.
Basil Goose, yeah, we talked about that one. Spoilers, and none of the apexes.
Yeah, obviously Apexes are all problems.
These would be annoying. I don't want them.
Yeah. Ibushi in particular has the Kushala problem while also constantly being bumping against your ceiling like a balloon you brought inside.
Yeah. Although that would be kind of funny. Okay, I'm gonna say that for me it'd be Zynogur.
Nogur's pretty good. Lagombi's also up there for me.
big dumb bunny,
Big dumb bunny.
but significantly less likely to die from being scared from nothing constantly. Uh-oh.
If it wasn't for the fact it'd be wet, I would say Ludroth, because just like a huggable sponge creature seems like a delight. But they need to be in aquatic stuff very, very frequently.
I mean, you just leave a bathtub full.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think that's hard to take care of. I just don't think I want to hug it as much.
Because it's wet.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like I want to lay down in bed and hug a pet, you know? And I don't want to bring, like, I don't want to wring out a sponge every time I want to hug my Legion.
And it looks so pathetic when it's dried out, but really.
It really does.
Oh. And if I could pick any monster from any Monster Hunter game, probably say Gogmazios.
I don't know what that is.
It's, if you have a second, you should Google it.
Hello?
It was like the last boss Elder Dragon from... Which one was it? Was it 4? It was the one between 3 and 4. I don't remember what that one was called. I think. Or it was from before that.
It says from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate.
Oh! Is that where it originated? I must have...
Yes, that's what it says.
Huh. Maybe I just didn't get that far in 4 Ultimate. Oh, that would make sense because that was the.
So he's just covered in serrated knives and tar.
Yes. It is the worst pet, but I'd want it anyway because it's so cool.
What's the thing like Kazoo that's not Kazoo that likes drinking blood? That one's also a bad pet.
Oh, oh god. I talked about it earlier. It's the... Fuck. What is it called? It's, its armor's very vampire themed. It's... your boy... Why don't I remember this? Like it was like a week ago that we talked about it, maybe.
Giganox.
Giganox, yes.
Yeah, that would also suck.
Yeah.
I would not trust that thing to be near me while I'm sleeping.
No, absolutely not. It's like having an extremely ambulatory leech just in your home.
What if a lamprey that could fly and walk was in my house?
Yeah.
I wonder how badly Tetranodon needs to have, like, be in the water. Like,
Well, it
is
dies if
just
it doesn't have water in its dome.
well, not actually a cat.
Say that.
Because it doesn't got a dome. It's got, like, a hard plate.
Yeah. If that's not soaked in water, it dies.
I don't think that's how it works.
In every map, it only sticks around areas where there's water most of the time.
That is true.
So I assume it sits fairly water, like a capybara maybe.
But I wonder, like, is that a requirement for its survival or just kind of like its niche in nature?
I mean, I assume it would be fucking miserable without it. Even if it could survive.
I definitely would not want to have a Somnicanth.
No? You know, you get sprayed with sleep gas every now and then?
Even if it wasn't for the fact that, like, I'm assuming that in miniature form would just make me really drowsy. It's also the fact that, like, it just kind of wants to be everywhere and it's constantly breaking shit open.
And it's creepy.
Yeah, weird sea hag looking thing.
Ah, shit.
Now, if I could get a specifically not angry, like thinking of other games, specifically not angry Colveteroth, I wouldn't mind that.
I mean...
I'm not even thinking for anything harvesting related,
Yeah.
like, just like,
This is it's
cool
cool.
boy.
I like, there's a lot of cool monsters. What about... I think I'm sticking with Sudoku.
No, yeah, Zenogre's really good. Solid appetite. It seems like a good balance of like how easy it is to care for and also like its temperament. Like the worst thing about it is just getting some like bugs elsewhere around your house. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like fireflies. Nobody's unhappy to see fireflies.
well, I mean, sometimes when there's a bunch of them around, like your food dribble, sometimes.
てめえは俺の獲物だ そっちを狙ってる
How did that not hit me? God damn it.
You know, this is the only weapon slow enough that I have noticed that it has a wind pressure thing that comes from its head. You going sleepy?
Yep.
Yes.
I will say as one other one we didn't mention, but I think would actually be like not that bad of a pet other than once again you need to like have its living arrangement set up very properly. It's Muddy Boy.
Giratudos or Almudron?
Almudron.
移動したい
You wouldn't want to
Like
shitty
as long as you
mudfish?
have like, you know, a backyard set up for him.
Yeah.
He seems like a fun pet. You just don't he's not an inside pet.
Yeah.
As both that lacks enrichment for him and he ruined thing.
He's like picking away at bugs or something.
Yeah.
No, he did that.
A hungry boy. I wonder if there will be any like DLC monster or something that's a yokai based on like the mouth on the back of the head hair thing.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. I mean, also might be like something that shows up in G rank or Ultimate when it comes out.
Yeah, very possibly. That's just
I
one
would
that
love
I
to
was
see
thinking of
more.
types of yokai.
Yeah.
See?
Or the Fire Wheel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. It'd probably be like a somewhere, but I feel like
Okay, are we expecting to see a like red oni blue oni one or?
Gosrog is both.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I mean, he's a Namahage, but like that's a type of Oni. And he's blue
Yeah, fair,
and
fair,
can
fair.
turn red when he gets mad.
よくやってくれた
Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Which is why I'm sad I don't have something that shoots beans, because then he'd be a super easy fight.
Yeah, instead of dropping meat, you gotta drop cucumbers for the trans.
But yeah, I would love to see a couple more yokai-based monsters. It is one of my favorite things about this game, aside from it being a very good Monster Hunter game.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I like about it.
Turns out. Monster Hunter plays like Monster Hunter.
What else? Yeah, I do like that quite a bit.
I would also love to see one based on Yakuza.
Which was that?
It's a pretty niche yokai. Like it doesn't actually.
You
show up
probably
even in a
haven't
lot
heard of
media.
it.
Yeah, it's one of my faves. It is a weird, like, guardian of graveyards. That's like this kind of chunky body, just coated in eyes, head to toe.
Nice.
And they're like basically they just like watch for like intruders and guilty parties, and like if someone comes in, they will sometimes detach eyeballs to float after them.
I would like that big gross skeleton.
Oh god,
I don't know. Its name is. It's
My
a
favorite.
weirdly long name. Yeah.
Yeah, it's slightly longer than that. I always forget it because it's just like slightly longer than I think it should be.
Yeah.
Gashadokuro. Yeah. They're so fucking rad, not just because they're big and like skeletons, which already would be a lot and enough. But like they're just like their types of powers and like the scale of a threat that they are is the best.
That would be a good.
Because it's just like, yeah, no, they're just invisible and indestructible.
That should be the G rank final Elder Dragon.
Hell yeah, though, actually. Yeah, and so, yeah, the only way you know of the approach is you get Tintinitis.
Yeah, I feel like they
And
would.
then they just grab people and then bite off their heads and drink their blood.
Hell yes.
And it's one of those things that, like, yeah, pretty much any story that has one of them that's not trying to be an action thing is just like, oh yeah, one of them showed up, grabbed someone, ripped off their head, and then disappeared. They never, like, it's just one of those things that's like, oh, did one of these show up? I guess you're fucked.
My theory is that's just how the ancient Japanese folks explained away the appearances of the predator. No? Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, I love those things. I really should play and / maybe stream Asamune the Demon Blade.
I picked up
All Vanillaware games.
that new Konami one.
That's a good game. I haven't played.
I really want to play their most recent game. I've heard it's incredible. 13 Sentinels.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
heard-
yeah, yeah.
I've
It's
seen
just
a
one of
little
those that like it's still $60 and like you know, I don't have that money.
Yeah, it's fun. Like the gameplay is.
It's not that I don't think they deserve the money. It's just that yeah, I don't have like $60 to throw around.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying. What was I saying? Oh, it's a the gameplay is a little weird, and I could see some people not getting into it, but I like it. It's very much. It's not tower defense, but it's very much like. I don't have a lot of things to compare it to, honestly.
You know, valid. I've just liked most of their, like, I love all of the art of their games, and then most of their games, gameplay-wise, some of them were a little clunky, but they were still neat. And, like, one of the, like, their first really big breakout success, like, the first Vanillaware game that I know of anyway, is Grim Grimoire, which I love the art of, but, like, it's kind of way too clunky to be considered just a straight-up good game.
Yeah. I played Princess Crown for the Saturn, I think it was. But it was in Japanese. I don't think it's ever been released in English.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
But that game fucking ruled. And you can see a lot of the DNA from, like, Odin Sphere and stuff in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Odin Sphere on the PS2 was really cool and what broke out for them, but was still really clunky, but the remake for the PS4 of it is incredible. They, like, really did a lot of, like, keeping the stuff that worked and then adding new stuff that felt much better.
Oh, maybe I'll have to. I
and-
played but never finished the original, so maybe I'll have to give the PS4.
And for fans of the original, you can turn off all the new stuff and turn it back into the original game. But yeah, the remake stuff in Odin Sphere is great. Like, they have like a whole like sort of skill grid thing, better magic systems, more types of like level design, more enemies. It's better, a less like miserable to parse through crafting system. Yeah, it's just a more tight experience across the board, and it's really good. I need to get back to playing it at some point, but it was all absolutely wonderful time. Also, I think relatively cheap to pick up now.
Nope.
I think I picked up like the Steelbook version for like $20 or something.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, and then they had Muramasa, which is very good. They had Dragon's Crown, which got a lot of flack for being like very cheesecakey character design. And it is.
It is. I never got. I did. I do own that, but I never got very far in it.
It's a game I like, but I really desperately want to play it with other people, because playing it alone like is very clearly not how it's meant to be played.
It never came out on the PC though, right?
No, if it did, I would force people to play with me. It's only PS3 and PS4.
Alas, yeah, as you said, it'd be much easier to get people together to play it on.
Yeah. So, question for you, Zach. When this comes out on the PC, you're gonna pick it up, right?
Probably.
Hell yes.
I think a bunch more people will be into it.
Oh yeah, like Kevin and probably did Nate do Monster Hunter at all?
I don't think so.
No, but I might be able to convince him to pick it up if it comes out on.
Yeah, especially because this one is amazing. Like.
Also, Axe, though.
Yeah, definitely. So that'd be cool. Bow time.
Does I forget? Does temper affect bow or no?
It should say in the description.
Well, it says increases ammo damage, so probably not that. Since
Yeah.
Ammo is coding.
Yeah, normally it's ammo/coding if it affects bows.
Which one of these two? I want spread. I hate that Ashra starts with spread level 3 and then gets fucking weird about it.
That's what I'm using.
I think I'll use the bone gun for now. Oh, can't do.
A bow that isn't a gun. We'll call it a gun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't recommend Odin Sphere, like it's lace filter or something.
I liked it, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, I was about to say I can't recommend it enough. The remake Odin Sphere Leif Brassier is incredible. That game rules. Like, it took everything that's good about Odin Sphere and just made it better by shoring up all the horror points.
That's not bad.
I think it didn't do particularly well just because, like, it was mainly fans of the original Odin Sphere that picked it up. But it is one that, like, yeah, reviewers across the board were, like, way positive on it. Like, IGN was basically, like, being like, hey, yeah, no, they fixed all the minor annoyances and now it's just incredible. Oh, also, in ignoring everything else, it's 60 FPS and gorgeous.
Okay, let me...
Did I ever finish all of Muramasa? I think I did.
I don't think I did. It definitely, like, among all the things that Vanillaware does, like, food animations are some of the best, and Muramasa, they were, oh, mwah. Every time they would show, like, oh yeah, let's zoom in on this piece of food and the bites you're taking out of it, it's like, oh no, why? Why have you done this to me?
Yeah, I think I finished it because I think you unlock additional difficulties if you finish it. And I remember seeing some of them.
I know that game also had, like, a slight remake when they released it on the Vita, I think?
Yeah, I played it for the Vita.
Actually, let me
I think
check
the
something.
Vita version's a little better than the Wii version. But,
Probably. Yeah. Yeah,
the Wii version's still fine. Like, it's not bad by any stretch. It's just, like, got a few little goofy bits compared to the Vita version that tightens stuff up.
yeah, I believe I played the
I'm so sad you're gonna be wearing your layered armor. I want to see you all in the Legombus.
I refuse.
Fluffy and cozy. I want to see your boy be fluffy and cozy.
I will never be fluffy and cozy.
Will you be fluffy without being cozy?
Probably.
That's fair.
Okay. This might actually be good.
Yeah, good thing you're micromanaging this set on the last hunt hunts
Yeah.
of rank 1.
Hey, listen. I wanna.
Are you gonna miss setting up your rank 1 builds?
No, not really. Not at all, honestly.
No, actually, I do. Grab my
Which
coat.
side was there? We go.
I don't know doubts.
This one
There.
only does paracoding. Fine by me.
I only wanted one coating.
This one does a whole pair of coding. Them's
Not
the
an apple
rules.
coating?
Nope.
It's fine. It's buy one get one.
Oh, a BOGO coating, got it.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, good levels of Constitution, a nice deck. Very good. Let's go. Ba-da-ba-ba-do-bo. Okay. Alright. Do some demon drugs. Because that's the way to do it. Just with demon drugs.
Hey, what do you name someone? What do you name someone who has consideration for their archery weapon? Beauregard.
Well, it was a good call,
Yeah,
everyone.
Good stream. Thank you everyone for showing up. Omnihunt's canceled forever.
Hey, you did that joke already.
I know. It's not a joke this time. No, it is absolutely a joke. Yeah. I am probably gonna do that. I'm probably gonna update the rules to be just one hunt in
In high rank.
high rank, just because I do think it'll be more fun, and I'll still kill all the monsters, so that's fine. And plus, yeah, I can just sell everything once G rank comes out, and I have plenty of time to do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because assuming I can get everything from low and high rank done before G rank comes out, then when G rank comes out, I'll have more content to get through because I'll add a bunch of stuff, but it'll be still faster than doing all of the content twice, minus a few.
How long is it generally until G rank?
About a year.
Okay.
So it's a year until G rank, then another year after that for the next full game.
I think something bugged out.
Oh?
My dog is not present. I see a health bar.
I saw your
like,
dog running
here.
into a rock and just hanging out, but that was like back near the start of the map.
Well,
Yeah, he
then
may
I
have gotten
think he is
stuck.
still there, because he's certainly not near me, and I cannot seem to ride him.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, you can only ride them when they are near you because.
I would fast. Have you tried fast traveling?
Yeah, if you fast travel to the upper camp, like that might spawn the dog there.
Dog finally showed up. Alright.
He done it. Great.
Alright, right.
これで決める
It's hard to do in the head. Also, actually, that was much better than I There we go. Oh, fuck it. Let's paralyze this thing. Okay, that wasn't paralyzed, but that'll do.
I think he got paralyzed while falling over.
No, it was
He
a
was down there for a pretty long time.
it was a stun. I didn't see any paralyzed lines on him. I don't think.
Oh, I thought I did.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe not.
That's great.
Okay. One thing that works with the status coding is a little tricky, but is very useful in the bigger one, is that Dragon Piercer does carry the coding with it. So.
Oh, I need to actually, yeah, I need to Dragon Piercer a bit more. I should finish my combo with it.
Its DPS is not generally as good, especially on small monsters, than just doing the regular combos.
Oh, okay.
But damage per shot is very good, which
Also,
is
it's
why
fun.
it's so... Yeah, it's very fun. But damage per shot's incredible, which is why, yeah,
With coding.
with status ammo. It was always... It was incredibly fun against Xena Jiva, just firing a Dragon Piercer all the way through.
Yeah. So one thing I do like is they made the power shots that the switch skill for them rules. It just makes them do stun damage, and it's just dumb. Because it's like, oh yeah, now your bow can knock him out. 'Cause why not?
Yeah, that's cool. I definitely am just less hot on bow because it just feels a lot clunkier to me than it used to.
I guess I'm lucky then, because I didn't fuck around with bow ever before this, and so I'm only getting the fun parts and not missing whatever is gone. That said, like, I never liked the arc shot when other people did it, because it's like, well, if I don't have flinch free, I guess I'm fucked. So... And also, they made it so you can still do stun damage, just not via that. So
Yeah, no, that was useful because it covered a specific area and would keep up some DPS in a specific zone. I think overall, like, yeah, bad bow users definitely made
I thought
it.
the damage
Gave
it did
that
was
some stigma, but
fairly negligible, though.
it was better than you think. You just didn't want to layer it.
Okay.
You really had to treat it like a MMO dot, you know?
I'm trying to remember how to...
God damn it. Damn bugs.
How do you arc shot?
You have to have fired a shot already, and then I think you press bow or something. Or like,
Yep. Or no, let's see. Let's Dragon Pierce.
not hot. Like you fire a shot and then. What is it? One sec. Oh,
It's ZR plus A.
and you can hold it down to aim its targeting reticle.
Stab. That stab does so much damage.
The biggest thing is they made, like, it's extreme, for me, is that they made it, like, extremely standard, like, 3-shot combo, a lot less mobile in this one. Like, your walking speed while having your bow out previously was better, and you spent less time not moving and firing.
To be fair, bow was kind of busted before, and it's still busted now.
No, I don't disagree. I'm not saying that it was reasonable. I'm just saying that that's what I got used to. So, like,
Gotcha.
not having that made it, like, impossible for me to play it in this one. It was like, oh god, what? No. Yeah, trying it out, an actual, like, proper bow build, once I learned that, like, oh no, you just want to spam your regular shot in world, was, like, incredible against things like Cultivator off, because you just kind of walk after it and just keep shooting it in the ass.
Ow.
I don't know how dependent it is now, but I definitely know in that also it was, like, it was the most important weapon to be elemental.
This one is, there's actually a bug in the map that makes it so if it's elemental, it does even more damage.
Vile.
Like, it'll probably get fixed in 3.0, which is coming out at the end of the month. Or at least around the end of the month. They might push it back, I don't know. So I think on the 26th is when they're having the event to talk about it. But that's when they're putting in a proper ending to the game, instead of a cliffhanger. And yeah, obviously new monsters, or at least new returning monsters. I don't know if they're gonna be.
Yeah, that's fine.
I suspect there'll be an end game because there's usually like, oh, there's the boss and there's the no, the boss. Well, I guess that was Magnamalo and then Ibushi and the other one. So.
Well, I mean, they're adding in a true ending, which I'm gonna assume is like either just Ibushi and Narwa fighting at the same time or some merge form.
Yeah. They have a baddie. And that baddie's just Susanoo or something. That's not technically how that goes in mythology. Because Susanoo is...
Yeah, and you have to bring along a greatsword user to block it so that then they can have a rules of danger.
That's like when someone is talking about Thor and defaults to the fucking comic books Thor.
I know. I know it's not accurate to mythology.
I know. Don't get me wrong. I love. I love that fight in Final Fantasy 14. But. No, but this is a good fight. This bow's gonna ruin Roggy's day so bad.
You fight Thor in Final Fantasy?
No, you fight Susanoo.
Was Thor summoned in any FF game? I feel like he was.
Maybe in the 13 series they had a couple more of those, didn't they?
Yeah, they definitely did. But I'm not sure if it was.
No, he was not one of them. Odin was the lightning one in 13 game.
Yeah, they added Hildebrand or Hildegard or whatever her name was. Those remind me at some point when I get back into Final Fantasy 14, I'll need to finish up Alexander. I never finished that.
Same.
Yeah, I think I do too.
I did eventually get enough people to power through the unsynced coils, and that was fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to. If a bunch of people get back into it, I need to bully you guys into doing that. Now that we all have like level 80 characters.
I could probably just do it with like 3 people. At this point.
It was a little rough with 4 level 80 people when I did it.
Yeah, well, they were probably
There were a
bad.
few of the fights that just really hated you. No, they weren't bad. There was like, it was, oh God, it's been too long. What's his name? The main dude from our guild.
Asmo?
Yeah, Asmo.
Oh, fuck. Okay, if he was there, then yeah, no, they definitely weren't all bad.
Yeah.
That motherfucker.
But, like,
As
we
a
didn't
tank.
wipe ever, but we definitely like lost 3 people
God.
out of the 4 multiple times.
Asmo's really good at that game.
Yeah. Yeah, the coils, I think the most notable part about them, like their mechanics are like vaguely interesting, but sometimes a little tight, even for like radius mechanics. But the big, best thing about them is that the lore is kind of buck wild and surprisingly relevant for a thing that's optional.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's got full voice-acted cutscenes, it's got, like, one of the summons that, like, a lot of the rest of the game, it's like, where the fuck are they?
Yep.
Though it is jarring to go back to the ARR voices.
Yeah.
I could see that
Yeah.
being a thing. Yeah.
Had to remember that Alphino was Sam Riegel.
Nothing about Alphino's Regal.
Well, luckily it's not spelled that way.
Actually, he might be too regal is the problem.
Hey, Alphina's boy. Been through a lot. He's come a long way,
Oh.
man.
I love him. He's also just a little dork.
I mean, yeah, he is. He will forever be a dork.
When the new expansion comes out, I might main Sage.
I was thinking
depending
about
on how
definitely
they are to
doing.
play.
I'm definitely going to play in level Sage because I want fin funnels, but also I have to play Reaper just because it's so fucking.
I mean, I'm gonna play them all. I've played every class, but
I made Eld. I have to go all in on Reaper.
Yeah.
I'm required.
I mean, there is
he has
the.
like 3 characters and he's got a Via.
I mean, you realize that just if you spend some money, almost every class can use a side, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I have the I did actually shell out a few bucks for the
Of
Scythe
course.
thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm right now I'm Dark Knight with Scythe.
Mhm. I need to finish leveling Gunbreaker because they're gonna absolutely need tanks in this expansion.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because of that I will probably try and keep Dark Knight leveled for that reason.
When I get
Oh, wait,
get
we're having
back
Great
in,
Rocky.
I
What am I
might
doing?
test a few
Yeah.
things as tanking again, but I was never like especially good at tanking.
Well, it's just
Like the fundamentals of being a tank is fine. It's the actual like execution at some of the higher levels, like just knowing when to use my cooldowns is the big thing.
yeah. Also, it's scary.
Yeah.
Being a tank is scary if you're not playing in a group full of people you know.
Yeah, exactly, because you fuck up and it's like, well, that's it for everyone.
Yeah.
Really, I felt the same about healer. I hated being a healer.
I like
for that
being
reason.
healer because like all you need to do is know the mechanics of the fight and then be able to heal. Like that's why I didn't like level 80 Scholar, because I felt like their tools were so disparate and I felt like if things started going wrong, you did not have the tools to fix the problem.
That's why I like being Red Mage, is I'm allowed to help if the healer fucks up.
Because there were definitely some times with Scholar where I'd be like, oh god, I'm flooding all my resources way too thin, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this up. Mainly for like really big pulls, less than actual like fights. White Mage at the high level though is like still is like
Yeah, White Mage
not
is
good.
great. White Mage is just, oh,
Yeah, White Mage is like, as the thing was put when Scholar became very, very good again, it was a thing of like, okay, well, if everything's going well, Scholar's the way better healer. If everything's going wrong, White Mage is the best by a broad margin. White Mage has so much shit they can do to be like, oh, is shit bad? No, no worries, man.
yeah.
But like once everyone's set up, you'd much rather have shields and like the higher DPS and like stacked actions that Scholar will provide.
Makes sense. White Mage was the only healing class I really leveled at all.
Yeah, White Mage is easy baby mode healer, and I love it. I don't say that as an insult. I love White Mage.
Also, you get to cast Holy and shit, and it rules.
Get to cast a size. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Size is so good.
A size is the most satisfying button to press in that game for me.
I was kind of mad when they took away Arrow 4 or Arrow 2 or whichever, the big AoE. Like, why did you take my AoE dodge?
They didn't need it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not, but it was fun to like start fights before anyone needs healed by just like charge arrow 3, cast arrow 2, double dot them.
And yeah, there's I won't say that it wasn't like moderately satisfying, but I didn't really care about losing it because that like was negligible damage and they gave enough other buff.
I mean, yeah, it didn't matter by any means. It was fun.
But yeah, so as long as like Sage doesn't feel like I'm constantly like running out of options, like that was the only reason why I didn't want to keep playing Scholar, was just that like I always felt like stretched to the end of my rope, and then what started giving me a lot of anxiety playing healer when I was Scholar, but back at White Mage it was like, nah, it's good.
Should do a full raid of Scholars. Just have all the funnels flying around.
Sages.
Sages, yeah.
Yeah. Man, I will say though, the big one I was mad about, like I didn't tend to get mad about class changes or like number changes or anything like that. The only one where I did legitimately get mad was the changes to Summoner, because it just did not feel like the same class in the slightest. it felt so elegant before Shadowbringers, like at the end of Stormblood. It was one of my favorite classes, and then they just like made it feel completely miserable to me. And I'm just like, great, cool, I hate this.
I remember Nate really hated the changes to Astrolabe.
Yeah, they became a very different class and way more balanced and healthy, but yeah, definitely like
He really liked
One that-
all the weird, different card mechanics to juggle. I think he found that more engaging than just doing like straight up healing constantly. He liked having to juggle the mechanics as opposed to something like White Mage where you're, you know, very boring but efficient.
I mean, I wouldn't call White Mage boring personally, but I get what you're saying.
As far as the healing goes, yeah, like the White Mage has a bunch of other stuff they can do that's fun, and I never got it to 80, but I imagine with all the stuff they added for 80, even more so. But
It's time for the Blood Lily.
Yeah, I'd say White Mage felt, yeah, very, very kind of like flowchart of effective healing. Like, yeah, it's not the most complicated entry procedures, but executing on it, there's definitely a lot of range of how well you do it. But yeah, I do really like healing. I was maining
what the Sage's playstyle is gonna be, as far as like what its niche as a healer is gonna be.
I don't know. I was maining in Shadowbringer's Dancer, and I still really, really like Dancer. We'll see what changes they add, because they were a class that just felt elegant all the way through and very clear timings to do their stuff, and it was great.
Red Mage all day. I'm the best. I do everything. I can even tank. Can't tank. I can't tank. That was a lie.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for admitting it.
I was gonna say, so you're saying next time we play, I turn off my tank stance as Dark Knight, go full DPS. No, that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, that doesn't. That literally is only a downside now, unless you're the off tank.
Yeah.
Which I'm thankful for. It makes soloing way less of a pain in the ass.
That is true.
And just like makes you do damage. Like you do damage is fine.
No, like, it did simplify some parts of their movesets, but overall, like, yeah, it's way better, because now they can focus on just, like, what is the effective combo route, rather than, like, oh boy, do I need to do the Amnesty combo.
Yep.
Yeah, now it's more, I think you need to, you doing damage combo or the, what is it? It's like you do the damage combo or the kind of semi-recovery combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. Dark Knight is one of my lower classes, so I didn't really.
I want to level Dark Knight.
Really get too used to their set.
I want to level them because I like them aesthetically, but also I just like Gunbringer's loadout more, even though it's probably boring.
I was Paladin, primarily, and yeah, Paladin, I really like a lot of their stuff, like especially their combo routing's really interesting. Because like one of their combo routes ends in their dot, and then another one generates 3 charges of like an on-global cooldown nuke. So you basically would go through and then use that 3 times, and then make sure your other stuff was up. It was neat.
Yeah.
I really like Paladin, other than, yeah, I just am not the best at using cooldowns. I just need to get more comfortable with knowing when to do that, and how much, like, my healers are able to be pushed.
I really want to just play through the rest of the stuff, but I know that you would be bummed out if I did it without you. But I just want to get caught up.
I mean, we can do that. Like, I can play. I just never did because, yeah, like, we could never just find a time, and I guess Axe is out. I didn't even hear about that until the other day.
Yeah, I talked about it before, and just like So you just done, bro? Yeah.
He said, yeah. Then again,
Yeah.
he also did say that before, as I recall, and then he came back, so we'll see.
Well, how many times has he been out of WoW and then went back to it, I guess, is another question.
Yeah, but he likes the mechanics in WoW. He doesn't like the story. I don't know how he feels about the story in 14, but he's not as into the mechanics.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, fair. It's very linear mechanics compared to
Yeah.
WoW, which is
I mean-
one of the few things I can say in that favor.
WoW feels pretty similar, honestly. Like, they just have a shorter global cooldown.
Well, it's not. I'm not talking about that part as much as like there's no such thing as a build, and there's like
Oh,
in
yeah.
like encounters, there's no like. There's not like a lot of complex stuff that tanks have to do, which is another thing that he always was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think FF14 is designed such that you don't need to be super like good at the game to advance into like they kind of have they come out with all like the savage and extreme and stuff difficulties for the people who are really into the more like I've got to be really good and everybody needs to be really good to do this. Which I, as somebody who is fairly casual when it comes to MMOs, I appreciate at least. But FF14 is by far the most I've gotten into a.
Yeah. I'm casual, but I like
same.
being good, I guess, is how I'd put it.
Yeah. I mean, I took enough care to install a DPS tracker and see, like, man, how am I doing compared to other people? But, like, yeah, I've never did anything like
Yeah.
Savage or Extreme content.
That's another reason why I really like Red Mage, is because it gives me an excuse for lower DPS. It's like, oh, but I did raise 3 people with quick cast.
Yeah.
So
See, if I'm Dancer, I can always be the lowest DPS. It's great. I'll never be this.
You will always be the lowest DPS, but the other DPS will always love you.
yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Didn't they add anything to show like how much damage you added with your buffs or anything like that, or? Do they
I
not
don't
really
know if they
parse
ever
that?
did to that chart. You could always, like, kind of vaguely figure it. There's an approximate number calculation because one of your buffs is up like 24/7 as long as the other person isn't dying all the time and you're not dying all the time.
Ha! Well, I'll show you. I'm dying all the time.
But yeah, you could always approximate like
Yeah.
up 15% of the person's DPS was actually yours.
I remember when you would always give the buff to someone who theoretically should numbers-wise do more damage than me as Red Mage, and then look at the parse and be like, oh, I should have just given it to Josh. Like, whenever we weren't playing with our FC, it basically ended up like that.
Yeah,
Whenever
it's true.
whenever it was randos, they're like, yeah, but it's a monk, they're gonna do more damage, or oh, it's a samurai, they're gonna do more damage.
Yeah, samurai's only, that's their only job. They're
Then
a
we-
black mage, look at them.
Then we look at the parse and it's like, oh.
Yeah, even when playing with FC, I remember like we had one person who was
Dragoon.
playing Dragoon, yeah,
Yep.
and then they just like kept dying, and I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
oh no.
It wasn't like bad enough to make me mad at them, but it was enough to be like, that's a shame.
Yeah, it was enough to be like, oh man, I should have just not put it there.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, then also, I remember with Machinist also was like, oh yeah, look at this. Like I would do one and then we'd die. It's like, okay, well play on the Machinist, they did very well. And then they just died all the second one. I'm just, oh, come on.
I seem to remember. Am I crazy? I thought I remember at least one time that we played with you. Like Nate and I played with you, and you had the tracker up, and I out DPS'd one of the DPS as the tank.
That happens
That definitely happens if people die. a
surprisingly
lot.
common. Also, if they're just garbage.
Yeah.
Asmo has out DPSs a number of times.
Okay, that's because he's him and both optimized and very good.
Yeah. And he'll like time his buffs to when people use their like team-wide buffs and shit, just to get the most juice out of it and stuff. It's just keeping track of that much
I
shit
did have fun
while
when
also
we were
being a
doing
tank.
just 4-man dungeon runs though, and like started doing that with the dancer buffs and yours.
Yeah. That was fun when we were calling out like, okay, go for it.
A devilment online.
What the fuck is Red Mage's called?
Norcom. Even without any sort of buffing thing, Dancer's moveset was just something I really like also.
Also, like, just AoE wise, they were really good.
Oh yeah, their AoE was top of the pack. Like, their standard combo stuff didn't really scale early. Like, they're very incredible in low-level dungeons, but after those, like, yeah, their regular combos don't tend to do that much more damage as time goes on. Or, like, other classes just get, like, better versions of their moves. Whenever I do get back into it, which might just be this summer, I don't know, like, because I'm not going to be going to school during summer. I definitely want to finish leveling Monk also, because I had so much fun with Monk. Monk was unironically, like, once I got into it and started playing it well, it was just one of the most fun classes I ever played in that game.
It's a lot of fun. I agree. I didn't have it. The only thing I got to 80 in Shadowbringers was Dark Knight playing through the story, but
yeah, like
I had several other classes to get set.
All of the constant, like, adjustment of, like, constantly having to, like, move around the enemy, and then, like, you know, like, oh, this combo needs to happen now this combo, and you have to really dynamically switch between which sections of combo you're going into, and where you are positioned around the enemy. Like, it's so active, and it asks a lot of you, but, like, it's really, it's really fun. Once you get it down, it's not necessarily complicated, it's just, again, you're always pressing buttons.
I want to level Ninja all the way up. Ninja's fun.
I think the biggest thing with Monk was giving me the vibes of what I like about Summoner from Stormblood, which is that there's just always something you can be doing that's progressing your game plan. Because Summoner always wanted to rotate through their types of, like, how they currently were set up in powers.
Yeah, well, they also need to, like, weave in, like, off-global cooldown shit and stuff.
Yeah, they had a lot of those. Monk feels similar because Monk's global cooldown becomes so short.
Yeah.
Once you're at 4 stacks of Greased Lightning, yeah, it's...
Global cooldown? What's that?
Something for other people.
Global cooldown? I don't know what you're talking about. Is that time spent not punching? But yeah, Summoner as it was that you would activate, I forget exactly what it was called, the Aether Flow or whatever it was, Aether Stock.
Aether Flow, yeah.
Yeah, and you get your stacks of that, and then you would essentially try to weave those in between your uses of Ruin, I believe it was. It was one of those, I don't remember which one it was. It was the instant cast one, though. So you weren't wasting your time with charging up cast, because, you know, normally there's no time left over after you cast. But if you do the instant cast, you have all this time where you're not on, where you can't cast anything, and that's when you do your off-global cooldowns, and the animations don't waste time. And then you make sure to do your, get your Tri-Disaster up. And then spam nukes with that open. And then those would convert into the Dreadworm stacks, which you would then use to engage your super mode, where your regular Ruin became more powerful and instant cast. And you'd use that time to just pump out damage, and once you do every 2 of those cycles, because your Aether Flow would basically be back right in time after you got into that point. And then every 2 of those cycles, you were then able to go into replacing your summon with Bahamut. And so then you get very powerful summon for a bit, which you did need to actually manage because its moves were full button presses. But yeah, and that was all really, really dynamic. And then they changed it so that, like, a lot of that timing got a lot fuckier, and they added a separate, like, metery thing that you use for making your summon into Phoenix. And then they also made it that you have to manually tell your pet to use all of its abilities, which uses your animations and timing. So yeah, it's just like, it really felt like a panic, like, oh god, it's like playing, you know, Through the Fire and Flames on a keyboard. Which, you know, it was still effective, it just was stressful and not effective enough for how much stress it happened. If I want a stressful class that was good, I'd play Mothman.
I'd play Ninja.
Are they that crunchy? I didn't get far enough as them.
I think they became slightly less, but basically, like, you have to keep up your wind ninjutsu bullshit, which you can theoretically do with a combo. One of your combos extends it, but like you have to pay pretty close attention to remember when to use that combo because it's not the best DPS combo. You have to time when you're going to do your ninjutsus to not let that drop as well.
Sure.
And then they added Minky or whatever, which you use for big specials like summoning a big frog.
Yeah, the best ninja technique in anything. I love Toad summoning. It's the best.
That's why I'm glad you have Toads in this game. Even if they're not big.
In Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, Impa has a Toad summoning.
Oh yeah.
Also, Impa's obnoxiously good at that game. I still don't understand why she's so powerful.
Because she's a ninja.
They just didn't really balance her compared to anyone else, and it's really funny. Because, like, everyone's got a unique gimmick in it, like in the good Warriors games tend to do. And her gimmick is that she can have up to 3 stacks of, like, gathered Sheikah signs. And she has a button that, like, places a Sheikah sign on an enemy, and then you can use any strong attack to rip it off of them and add it. And for every Sheikah sign you have on you, she makes 2, like, hard light clones. And they join in her combos. And all of her combos don't hit, like, the hardest of anyone in the game.
Except when they're hitting 5 times.
Yeah. Well, so they'll be hitting up to 7 times.
Alright.
And that's not just, oh, they're hitting that many times and hard, which they are, and covering a huge AoE, which they are. But also, every single one of those hits counts for gathering the special gauge meter. So she's constantly full up on, like, specialties for big attacks.
Yep.
And then she can, when she does a special, if she's got full charge of signs, she will consume all of them to do a way bigger move that actually hits insanely hard. But you know, it's not actually all that hard to gather signs again, so like whatever, you consumed them and just blew an enemy out of the water. Let me do it again.
Yup.
Like, there are other characters I also really like the moveset of, and other ones that are really fun in that game. None of them are as powerful as him, but she's buck wild.
Yeah.
In any other Warriors game, Mipha would be by far the best character, but the AI is actually fairly self-sufficient in Age of Calamity, so heals nearby allies is not nearly as like incredibly useful. It still can come in handy, but it's not as super necessary as it would be in basically any other Warriors game.
I will say, I have yet to see in any Warriors game a character more powerful than Young Link in Hyrule Warriors 1, though. That dude was fucked up. I don't understand. Mipha is really good, though. I like her a lot. But yeah, the healing part of her is not the important part of her in this game.
We did it! We cleared rank 1!
We did.
A portion of Curse has been destroyed.
Hell yes. Everyone. We did it. We made it to 2-star. We can use better equipment. And we're gonna fight Kezu next with a great sword. Which sounds like a nightmare, but I'm excited.
We are going to get we are going to get paralyzed a lot, aren't we?
Oh. No, we're gonna die. It's gonna rule. Because I love dying and being dead. Good question. Are you okay? Bust a sword! Pukage, Ice Fang. I'll probably use... I do like the Octosum Greatsword because it just looks cool.
Alright. I gotta hop out for now, but it has been a pleasure.
Yeah, no, it's been great. I'm probably gonna
Call it here. Start with rank 2 on Sunday.
Yeah, that way I can like off stream just build all the stuff we're gonna end up using probably.
That makes sense. Yeah, decent amount of prep you can do.
Yeah, just probably build out the next 3 weapons and do some armor sets. Cause yeah, armor sets are available now that are okay. So what I'll probably do is
We can start getting armor sets that are actually like are sets for specific things instead of just which general set do I basically want.
Yeah. I'll probably
like ammo up.
I will probably make some elemental sets and then some gunner sets. Oh man, Rarity 2 gives us the shell studded. Hell yes. Access to spread up and
And
ballistics.
the Adel set. And the Chaos set. Someone could Mushroom Hands.
No. I mean, you could.
Yeah, I didn't say you should. I just said someone
Yeah.
could.
Go for it. I ain't gonna stop you. Oh,
I love that helm.
we
Show
have
that helm. Try that on.
the start
Yo.
of Gunlance
Yo.
with the artillery going on. The lady version of that
The whole
helmet's
set's
great.
goofy,
Looks
but
like
I
that.
love that helmet.
But yeah, we can
Sorry,
get.
what'd you say?
I was just saying the lady version of the helmet's like a bear, like a teddy bear. It's great.
I think I've seen it, but I don't like it as much as this one. I like this one a lot.
But yeah, we have 2 levels of artillery going on here, so that'll be good for Gunlance. Yeah.
Let me lance you a question.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna kill the stream. Thank you everyone for watching. Look forward to real. You know, maybe I'll just turn off my layered armor so we can look at all the really dumb mixed sets I'll be making.
Oh, you should. That'd be great.
Yeah, that could be fun. So we'll do that, and yeah, we'll have Rarity 2 things. I'll have to get that all set up tomorrow before streaming on Sunday. Alright, well everyone have a good evening if that's when you're watching this. Otherwise, a good whatever time you're watching it. And I'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye. Or no, wait, sorry. Vzooch is loose.
Uh...
Bye!
Bye!